2-bite appetizers from Manitoba Beef Producers, and this is actually one of Adriana's favorite ones that we're making next.
Yeah, so we're making a savory beef crostini. So we're starting off, I'm using a beef strip loin.
Okay.
This is a premium cut of beef. It's really tender, really flavorful, and that's because of the marbling found in the beef. So I'm gonna just take this off of the heat here and let it rest.
So you let the meat rest, and why? It's important because of what?
I let the meat rest to redistribute the juices within it. So while the steak is cooking, it actually, all the moisture and juices found in the beef naturally, they kind of travel to the surface of the meat to follow the heat.
I see.
So when we take it off the heat, we're just going to let all those juices redistribute. So when we
So it
cut
gets juicier while letting it rest.
Exactly.
Genius.
So when we cut into it, all those juices don't run. So into my pan here that I've used to cook my steak earlier, I have put some butter and some shallots in there, and I'm going to add some mushrooms.
Okay.
So these are Manitoba mushrooms, really good and tasty, and all we're simply doing is sautéing these, so in the butter and the shallots. So this is going to be really good. Always seasoned, so I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper.
Sure. I have a feeling these are going to look really good. Presentation is key.
Yeah, of course. At any cocktail party.
Right, you're making 2-bite appetizers. You're going to have a party and you want it to look good, and these are going to look spectacular.
Exactly. You want it to look good. So that's what this is all about. And it also tastes delicious. So I'm just going to remove these from my pan here and set them aside, and we're going to use them for our assembly. They're going to be kind of our garnish on our crostini, and they're going to look really nice.
You know what I like about steak? Everything. Ever.
Yeah, you're a huge fan of steak,
Massive.
hey? Me too. It's delicious, absolutely delicious. And when you're using a premium cut like sirloin, the strip sirloin that we're using, you really don't need to season it all that much. Like I just use salt and pepper, and it's going to taste fantastic.
Yep.
So I just cut up a little bit more of our mushrooms, and I chopped those up fine.
Now this is interesting because this is different. So you sauteed the mushrooms, and those are going to go on as is. But this is separate. It's almost like a sort of sauce you're making.
I'm making a sauce. So what we're doing is deglazing the pan with some red wine. So I'm using just one of my favorite wines, just a Cab Sav, and I'm going to be reducing it over the heat. So this is going to really intensify the flavors. So you want to kind of choose a wine that you do like to drink because you're really going to taste it.
Right.
So this is going to go, and it's going to simmer for about 10 minutes, and that's going to reduce it by half. And what we want to do is, when I say deglazing, we're scraping all those brown bits off the bottom of the pan, and that's where all the beef flavor is. So that's going to translate into our sauce. So I have some already made, and we're going to...
It sort of looks like this. I don't know if... Yeah, look at that. Good shot. Well done.
It's just, it's basically a mushroom red wine reduction. It looks really good. So let's get to assembling our crostinis. So I've taken a French baguette, and I've just toasted these in the oven with a little bit of canola oil.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is just put some of...
This is the base.
Yeah, some of the mushroom red wine mixture on the bottom. So you can go ahead and make one as well.
Do I need this thing?
No, just this. So I actually already have a beef strip loin that I've cooked ahead of time, and I've allowed to rest, and I've sliced. And it's important to slice it thinly because you want it to be easy to eat, because these are 2-bite appetizers. Okay. You don't want people needing a knife and fork to be eating this.
All these are going to be delicious.
Yeah, so we have some rich brie cheese, which is one of my favorites.
I really think we should use these because they're awesome.
Yep.
Makes me feel good. Come on.
So we're just putting some brie cheese on there, and that's going to look really good. And then I have some of our strip loin here. So I'm just going to thinly slice this. So I'm using a fillet knife, and I'm just really thinly slicing our strip loin. And it's so tender, and it's just so perfect for this appetizer. So we'll put one beef strip loin on each crostini. And then we'll take one of our mushrooms. So these are our sauteed mushrooms that are our garnish on top.
Okay, so as is, I'm going to say that that's a hit. But then there's this, I didn't even know you could get this stuff. It's like a
Yeah.
glaze or something that comes in a bottle.
It's a balsamic glaze. So we're just going to just put a little bit of balsamic glaze on
kidding me
top,
right
and
now.
it's so delicious. And typically you used to make this at home, just with balsamic vinegar and reduce it, but now you can get some help from the store.
Little glaze on top. Those
Yeah.
are savory beef crostinis, 2-bite appetizers, Manitoba Beef Producers in the kitchen. Spectacular. And we're so far from done because I think we're making something called beef pops coming right up.